So you followed step one. You contacted your broker, you got the reports, and everything looks in order. But you need to know where to go from here. Well, step two is transitioning into a level funded arrangement. Level funding is as close to fully insured as you're going to get while still being on that strategic spectrum. I know previously I had mentioned what carriers do with your premiums whenever you pay them every month. The biggest one to remember is the claims aspect. In level funding, they're going to tell you exactly how much they plan on paying out in claims that year. So let's call it $1 million they set aside to pay out claims. If at the end of the year you only cost them $800,000, that difference is what we call a surplus. And when you're level funded, you're entitled to half of that surplus. So in this case, that would be a $100,000 refund check coming to you and your organization. Now, if you cost them $1 million, no harm, no foul. It's almost like being fully insured. There really is not that big of a difference. Now, if you go over, you don't have to pay any more in your monthly premiums. However, your renewal is probably going to be a little bit higher than it would be on fully insured. So you're kind of taking that risk reward aspect and finding what's right for your company. Now, there are three types of level funding that can be explored. The first is with the big carriers, that being Blue Cross, United, Aetna, Cigna. Each one of these carriers offers this as a product and service. The benefit of using one of the big carriers is that familiarity with your employees. They're going to get a Blue Cross card, a United card, Aetna card, and a Cigna card. They know what doctors are in and out of network. The downside is they're a little more tight-lipped in terms of claims data. It's a little more high level, and you don't have as good of an understanding of what your group is going through. Next, you have transparent level funded companies with an affiliate network. Now, an affiliate network just means it's one of the big four carriers. In this case, it's going to be Aetna or Cigna because those are the two that allow you to lease their network. Again, you have that same familiarity of having the Aetna or the Cigna card, but the difference with the transparent company, it's in the name. You get the full suite of what your claims data is. You know top to bottom what each member of your organization is having to deal with. Obviously, it's all HIPAA compliant as well. Finally is a transparent level funded company using an unaffiliated network. These unaffiliated networks just mean that they're not part of the big four, and they can be the same or in some cases even better, allowing your group access to more hospitals and doctors groups around the city, around the state, and around the country. Now, we choose level funding as step two in this process because it's almost impossible to make as big of a decision as going self-funded or captives off 1 year of high-level data. So being able to see if the progress you've made in claims is just a one-off or if it's really a trend that your organization runs better than others is kind of what we're evaluating in this step.